Hi, Sonia. This is Dora. It was really nice talking to you this morning. This is the video I was talking about. So let me just start so I don't keep you for too long. I just did a search for handyman in Fort Collins, and it brings up ads first, but this is the map pack here, which is ideally where you'd like to be as a business, because most people will click on one of these three. And a lot of times they won't move down unless they've either had a bad experience or haven't been able to reach anybody and are, trying to find someone right away. So to do that, you just want to make sure that your Google business page is completely optimized and that you have a lot of citations. That will help you to rank in the map pack. And then I did also go down to the organic results to find what looked like your biggest competitor, which was Full Range Handyman. So I'll kind of compare a little bit so you can see what I mean. So your page is great. I looked through it. I like the pictures. It's very inviting. I would suggest maybe instead of just a contact us, maybe have a clickable phone number, maybe have a form up here for people to fill out, especially because a lot of people just don't like to use the phone. But the biggest thing would be to have a little bit more content on this page. And so when Google sends out their crawlers, they don't just read your site and determine if it's relevant. They also count how many words you have. So right now, if you have about 1,500 keyword rich as far as words for content, that will help you to go onto that first page of Google so that people can find your business and you can pull in some business that way. It looks like Full Range. This is the kind of like a form that I was talking about and the clickable phone number. And, other than that, their page is not any better than yours. Honestly, I think yours is very appealing to look at. Let's look at a couple more things here. So let's see, this is the overview of your site. So it's kind of like looking at things from the back door. Let's see if we can get a little more out of this. Sometimes we can pull a subdomain out of it. Okay, that's what it's going to give us. So anyway, your numbers are fairly low, but especially if this happens to be a newer site, that would explain why. It looks like you do have some backlinks, so that's great. A backlink is when somebody gives you a shout out and leaves a link to your web page on their web page or in their review or whatever it might be. So that's a good thing. They also have a power rating, which is the DR. And it looks like, they've got some, you've got a couple of good ones in here, a couple 90s I saw them. The higher their rating, the more power they bring to your page. And I'm going to tell you, you can get a whole bunch more of those, and I'll tell you how in just a second. But let's go back here and look at your keywords. So right now there's only 2 keywords, which, especially if it's a newer site, there's nothing wrong with that. HandymanNet.net or HandymanNet, and then Handyman Services Fort Collins. So if you can get to where you're ranked higher, you might actually be able to pull in some business from these people that are searching every month. Just to give you an idea, let's look over here. So your competition, of course, their domain rating, which is basically their power, and UR rating, which is their trust, are higher, but they do have a significant gap between the two. Ideally, you'd want to have about a 1-to-1 ratio if you can. And a lot of times that will just come naturally by having good quality backlinks, because not all backlinks are created equal. I told you that you could get some of your own, and you can just go to your, this is Ahrefs, but there's other programs. You go to your competition and you find their high quality, high power backlinks. And then you just go ahead and click on them, and that you put your information in, and then you have that backlink too. And if you do that from your competitors, then you're going to go ahead of them because you're going to have your own backlinks plus their backlinks too. And the other thing would be keywords. That's super important. So just to give you an example of, some of the searches, this one is a national search. So there's only a certain percentage that are going to be in your area, but still 31,000 people look every month. And your competitor is number 3 on that list, but they are getting, 34 potential customers reaching out to them every month. Handyman Fort Collins, there's 350 people every month looking for a handyman in Fort Collins. So if we could get you to rank in the top 5, many of these searches are going to help you to pull in more business for your company. So I hope this was helpful. This is what I wanted to show you, and I will reach out tomorrow and see if you've had a chance to watch it and maybe get a little feedback. But I hope you have a wonderful night. Thanks so much.